Welcome to Crime Time. I have got my hands on the indictment for R. Kelly for the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois, versus Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as R. Kelly, Daryl McDavid, and Milton Brown, also known as June Brown. I'm just going to go through and read it. And maybe in the future, especially right now with the new release that Netflix did, maybe in the future we can do a case on it. So this is a 25-page document. I haven't went through all of it yet, so we're just going to do it together as we go. I'm going to do this in my best kind of podcast voice because that's the best voice I can do that's pretty consistent. So here we go. No judgment, guys. Sometimes you can be harsh. The violations are Title 18, United States Code, Sections 371, 2251A, 2252A, 2252A, and 2422. Count 1. The special May 2019 grand jury charges. In or around 1998 or 1999, at Chicago, in the Northern District of Illinois, Eastern Division. Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as R. Kelly, defendant herein, did knowingly employ, use, persuade, induce, entice, and coerce a minor, namely minor 1, to engage in sexually explicit conduct for the purpose of producing a visual depiction of such conduct, namely Video 1. And defendant knew or had reason to know that such visual depiction would be transported in interstate or foreign commerce or mailed, or such visual depiction was actually transported in interstate or foreign commerce or mailed. In violation of Title 18 United States Code, Section 2251. Counts 1 through 4 repeat the same, and they're about minor 1 and that same language of Robert Kelly persuading, inducing, enticing, and coercing the minor, namely minor 1, to engage in sexually explicit conduct for the purpose of producing a visual depiction. So altogether then there's 4 videos that were depicted and transported in interstate or foreign commerce or mailed. So that is counts 1 through 4. I'm not going to read through all of those. Count 5. The special May 2019 grand jury further charges 1. At times material to this indictment, defendant Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as R. Kelly, was a resident of Chicago, Illinois, and was a Grammy Award-winning recording artist and a record producer. Kelly was the president and manager of several businesses, each located in Chicago in the Northern District of Illinois, that he maintained in furtherance of his music career, including but not limited to Bass Productions Ltd. and RKELLY Enterprises LLC, the Kelly businesses. From in or around June 1991 until in or around January 2014, Kelly and or one or more of the Kelly businesses employed defendant Daryl McDavid as a business manager. McDavid was a principal at Winkler and McDavid Ltd., located in Oak Park, Illinois. As a manager for Kelly, McDavid was involved in providing services to Kelly, which services were in part intended to protect Kelly's image, reputation, and assets in the face of actual and potential criminal and civil actions involving individuals who were victims of sexual misconduct by Kelly. From at least approximately 1997 to at least approximately June 2018, Milton Brown, also known as June Brown, was employed by Kelly and or more of the Kelly businesses. Minor 1 met Kelly in or around 1996 or 1997, when Minor 1 was approximately 12 or 13 years old. Minor 2 met Kelly in or around 1997, when Minor 2 was approximately 17. Minor 3 met Kelly in or around 1996, when minor 3 was 15. Minor 4 met Kelly around 1999, when minor 4 was 16 years old. Minor 5 met Kelly in around 1997 or 98, when minor 5 was 13 or 14 years old. Kelly was born in 1967. Kelly engaged in sexual contact and sexual acts, as those terms are defined in Title 18, U.S. Code Section 2246, with minor 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, when they were each under the age of 18. Between in or around 1998 and in or around 2002, Kelly recorded himself on video, engaging in sexual contact and sexual acts with minors, including minor 1, 2, 4, and minor 5. Video 1, 2, 3, 4 depict Kelly engaged in sexual contact and sexual acts with minor 1 when minor 1 was under the age of 18. In approximately 2000, the Illinois Department of Children and Family Services began to investigate whether Kelly was sexually abusing minor 1. On or about June 5, 2002, a grand jury of the Circuit Court of Cook County, Illinois, returned an indictment charging Kelly in the case of People of the State of Illinois versus Robert Kelly, with 21 counts of child pornography related to Video 1 and Minor 1. The case was tried to a jury beginning on May 20, 2008, and on June 13, 2008, Kelly was acquitted of all charges. Beginning in approximately 2000 and continuing to the date of the return of this indictment at Chicago, in the Northern District of Illinois and elsewhere, Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as RKELLY, and Darrell McDavid, defendants herein, did knowingly conspire with each other, individual A and others known and unknown to the grand jurors, to commit an offense against the United States, namely to knowingly alter, destroy, mutilate, conceal, cover up, falsify, and make a false entry in any record, document, and tangible object with the intent to impede, obstruct, and influence the investigation and proper administration of any matter within the jurisdiction of any department or agency of the United States, and in relation to and contemplation of such matter or case in violation of Title 18, U.S. Code Section 1519. It was part of the conspiracy that Kelly, McDavid, and others knew of Kelly's sexual contact and sexual acts with minors, and knew that Kelly recorded himself engaged in sexual contact and sexual acts with minors on videotape. It was further part of the conspiracy that in approximately 2001, Kelly and McDavid learned that multiple videos depicting Kelly engaged in sexual contact and sexual acts with the minors were missing from Kelly's collection of such videos. It was further part of the conspiracy that, in order to conceal and cover up the existence of videos from investigators, Kelly, McDavid, and others agreed to collect the missing videos that depicted Kelly engaged in sexual contact and sexual acts with minors. It was further part of the conspiracy that Kelly, McDavid, and others agreed to pay money and cause money to be paid on Kelly's behalf to victims, witnesses, and others to ensure that they would not cooperate with the law enforcement and would conceal and cover up evidence, including videos relating to Kelly's sexual contact and sexual acts with minors, such as the following. Between approximately 2001 and approximately 2009, Kelly, McDavid, individual A, and others caused individual B to be paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for obtaining and returning multiple videos that they knew depicted Kelly engaged in sexual contact and sexual acts with the minor. In approximately early 2007, Kelly and McDavid agreed to pay minor 2 approximately $250,000 to return a videotape that they knew depicted Kelly engaged in sexual contact and sexual acts with minor 1 and minor 2. In approximately 2007, Kelly and McDavid paid minor 2 and individual C each approximately $100,000 in exchange for their efforts to return to Kelly videotapes that they knew depicted Kelly engaged in sexual contact and sexual acts with minor 1 and minor 2. As a condition of being paid money for returning videotapes that depicted Kelly engaged in sexual contact and sexual acts with minors, Kelly and McDavid directed minor 2, individual B and individual C, to take polygraph examinations regarding whether they had returned all copies of such videotapes. In approximately June 2008, after learning that individual B planned to announce at a press conference that he had recovered videos depicting Kelly engaged in sexual contact and sexual acts with minors, Kelly, McDavid, and others paid individual B approximately $170,000 to cancel the press conference. It was further part of the conspiracy that Kelly, McDavid, and others agreed to intimidate, threaten, pressure, persuade, and attempt to persuade other individuals, including, but not limited to minor 1, minor 1's parents, minor 2, and minor 5, to falsify and make a false entry in a record, document, and tangible object related to Kelly's sexual contact and sexual acts with minors, such as the following. In approximately December 2000, pursuant to instructions that minor 1 received from Kelly, minor 1 falsified and caused a false entry to be made in a police report when minor 1 denied to law enforcement officers that Kelly engaged in a sexual relationship with minor 1. In approximately May 2002, McDavid instructed minor 1's father to provide knowingly false testimony to Cook County grand jury investigating Kelly's sexual relationship with minor 1. McDavid instructed minor 1's father to deny that video 1 depicted minor 1 engaged in sexual acts with Kelly, when McDavid knew that video 1 did depict minor 1 engaged in sexual acts with Kelly. As instructed, minor 1's father falsely denied to the grand jurors that the video 1 depicted Kelly and minor 1, thus creating a false record and a false entry in a record, document, and tangible object. In approximately May 2002, Kelly persuaded minor 1 to provide knowingly false testimony to the Cook County grand jury investigating Kelly's sexual relationship with minor 1. Minor 1 falsely denied to the grand jurors that Kelly engaged in a sexual relationship with minor 1 and that minor 1 was not depicted on video 1, thus creating a false record and false entry in a record, document, and tangible object. In approximately May 2002, Kelly attempted to persuade minor 5 to provide knowingly false testimony to the Cook County grand jury investigating Kelly's sexual relationship with minor 1, and that Kelly instructed minor 5 to testify falsely that she did not recognize minor 1 on video. Pause. I believe minor 1 now, after listening to this, is the first victim from the first trial. I just have to say that for the record. Okay. On or about July 26, 2000, Kelly. Oh my gosh, now I'm saying it. On or about July 26, 2007, Kelly and McDavid directed that minor 2 meet with a lawyer and that minor 2 falsely deny that minor 2 and Kelly ever engaged in sexual acts together with minor 1 and minor 2 when Kelly and McDavid knew that Kelly had engaged in sexual acts together with minor 1 and minor 2. As Kelly and McDavid intended, a false record, document, and tangible object was prepared based upon minor 2's false statements. It was further part of the conspiracy that Kelly, McDavid, and others agreed to intimidate, threaten, pressure, persuade, and provide benefits and money to victims, family members, witnesses, and others to ensure that they would destroy, conceal, cover up, falsify, make false records, documents, and continue to abide by previous false statements and entries related to Kelly's sexual contact and sexual acts with minors, such as the following. In January and February of 2002, Kelly and McDavid caused minor 1 and 2's parents to travel to foreign countries so they'd be unavailable to law enforcement when they were investigating minor 1's sexual relationship with Kelly from video 1. From at least approximately 2000 to 2015, Kelly and McDavid made payments to and bought gifts for minor 1 and minor 1's parents, with the intent to persuade and induce minor 1 and minor 1's parents to conceal, cover up, falsify, and lie, and destroy any tangible records about the sexual relationship that he had with minor 1, and to continue to abide by the previous false statements that were made including the existence of multiple videos depicting Kelly engaging in sexual contact and sexual acts with minor one. Between January 2014 and approximately 2015, Kelly caused monthly payments to be made to minor one via the Kelly businesses, many of which contained settlement in the transaction line or something similar. Kelly made these payments to ensure that minor one continued to abide by her prior false statements regarding Kelly's sexual relationship with her, and to ensure that minor one continued to conceal and cover up the existence of any videos engaged in sexual contact. In 2014 and 2015, McDavid received payments from Kelly relating to services he provided to protect Kelly's image, reputation, and assets in the face of any actual and potential criminal and civil actions by any individuals who were victims of sexual misconduct by Kelly, including services that McDavid provided to falsify and create a false entry in a record. It was further part of the conspiracy that Kelly used physical abuse, violence, threats, blackmail, and other types of controlling behaviors against victims so that Kelly could maintain all kinds of control over them, prevent them from providing evidence to law enforcement about all the sexual contacts and sexual acts with minors in the videos. Overt acts. In furtherance of the conspiracy and to accomplish the objectives of the conspiracy, these defendants committed one or more overt acts in the Northern District of Illinois and elsewhere, which overt acts included but were not limited to the following. In March 2000, McDavid on Kelly's behalf received from minor 2 and individual C a tape that McDavid and Kelly knew showed Kelly having sex and doing sexual stuff with minor 1 and minor 2. In March or April of 2000, McDavid on Kelly's behalf brought minor 2 and individual C to a polygraph examiner to make sure that they didn't have any more tapes. That's when they gave them the checks for $30,000 from Base Productions. In approximately 2013, Kelly caused Base Productions Ltd. to transfer title of a GMC Yukon Denali to minor 1. In approximately September 2014, Kelly caused a wire transfer in the amount of $80,000 to be paid to McDavid through his firm Winkler and McDavid. In October 2014, Kelly caused a RSK Enterprises check to be issued to minor 1 payable in the amount of $1,150 with the notation personal RK in the memo line. In approximately October 2015, Kelly caused another wire payment to be made from RSK to the minor 1 in the amount of $1,150 with the notation settlement payment. In approximately December, Kelly caused a wire payment in the amount of $100,000 to be made from his enterprises RSK to the agents of McDavid on McDavid's behalf. All of this in violation of Title 18 U.S. Code, Section 371. Count 6. We will read next time. Thanks for bearing with me. That was a long 20 or so minutes. And we've still got a lot of pages to go. And some of this is going to involve me reading about him with boys. So bear with me. Part 2 coming up next time on the Kelly Files. I'm also curious for any of you about how you feel about R. Kelly's music now. Because some of his songs are so kind of like the soundtrack of our lives. Somebody said that in one of the Netflix series, and it's so true. And I really believe that. A lot of his songs are kind of the soundtrack of my life. In some ways, you know, they are kind of always playing in the background, whether it's at church or at a wedding you might go to or a party. Or so it's hard to kind of not listen to the music and love it. I try to separate people from some of their art is kind of how I look at it. That people do bad things, and some of the people, you know, the art isn't bad. I don't know. What do you think? I'm curious. Also, there are so many people probably who helped put the music together. Some of the girls even were singing in the background. And so, yeah, I'm just curious what you all think about that and how you feel. And nowadays, I mean, you can download a song and hopefully he doesn't get any money from it. So let me know in the comments. And like I said, the next video will come out soon. All right. And I'll read part 2.